This is Hesper Hyman, and this is my Module 16. So to give you a little bit of background about my school system and kind of where I'm at, we are a pre-K through 12 school. We currently have 176 kids, pre-K through 12, so we're a very small school. I currently teach 6th, 7th math and science, as well as a high school home economics class and a high school personal finance class. As far as the essential question of how would I apply data and data analysis to ensure the continuous improvement plan is focused on closing my gaps. Some things that we have done so far is that we have in Texas what's called our STAR testing, which are testing from grades 3 through 8, as well as 5 EOCs that are given in freshman and sophomore year that they have to pass to graduate. Those are our state standardized testings that we do and evaluate. We also do NWA benchmarking. In our elementary, they do, I think it's called Fontes and Fennell reading program, as well as some other interventions. Of course, we do have our RTI programs. As far as the demographics of our school, probably about I'd say probably 40% of our students are ESL students, mainly Spanish speaking. And then we are at about 68% that are on free and reduced lunches. So pretty low income. Most kids are pretty much taking care of themselves. Both parents are working. But we do have a good set of parents that are involved. We don't have any PTO. We don't have any of that here. The school is definitely the center of the community. When I look at what we've done as far as the junior high and high school, so that's kind of what I'm going to be addressing is the junior high and high school. We look at our standardized testing, and then we've been doing benchmarking with NWEA. Up to this point, what we've done is we do 3 benchmarking tests, of course, the fall, winter, and spring. And then based on that, the students then get a leveled plan in a program called Edgenuity. And Edgenuity builds a specialized program in different areas, reading, language arts, math, and science, that the students then can go through. And what it does is it remediates back and fills gaps in areas that they scored low in, but then it also will just hit the areas that they're good at periodically. So it kind of spirals them up. We've been doing this program now for 3 years. I have seen some improvement, but it's just kind of hit or miss as far as that. So that's kind of a little bit about our background.
Okay, so we actually use Edgenuity as well, not in our school, but within our district. I've heard of it and it's been used. We use it for the kids who are typically homebound, who can't be in the classroom because the behaviors are so bad. Mm-hmm. So basically, if I heard you correctly, then the kids who score lower on the NWA benchmark test, if they score low, they'll be put on the Edgenuity program with I'm assuming along with their everyday classes as well, but the Edgenuity helps fill the gaps that they scored low on that testing then. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. So we benchmark every student kindergarten through 8th grade. No, kindergarten through sophomore this year was the first time. So we benchmark every student kindergarten through sophomore. And what NWA and Edgenuity do together is that NWA feeds that information into Edgenuity, and it builds them what they call a learning pathway. And that learning pathway then, so math, because that's what I'm most familiar with. If I have a student that for TEAC 1A is performing at a 3rd grade level, it will spiral, and they're a 6th grade student, it will spiral them from 3rd grade all the way up through 6th grade. So we use it as a remediation if we bring them in for remediation. We also have what we call tornado time, which is a time during the day that students can get additional help and stuff that we do with that. My main concern and the issue that I'm seeing here is that at TextLine is that because we are so small, we have one high school math teacher. He does 8th grade through 12th grade. We have one English teacher. We have me as the one junior high math and science teacher. So, we're kind of just told, here's your data, here's your kids. These ones are below level. Do something with them. And so I don't feel like there is really been enough like professional development and, how do we then go about meeting the individual needs with getting all the 6th grade curriculum in, plus getting their 3rd, 4th, 5th grade curriculum that they're missing. So that's kind of the issues that we're looking at.
Have you had intense training on MAP and the Ingenuity?
I've been at the district for 12 years. So when we first introduced it 5 years ago, and so we brought in NWEA, and then 2 years after we brought it in, we started Edgenuity. So I got the training 5 years ago, but I know that we got a real basic, this is it, this is what it does. So no, I don't feel like we've had enough training on it. And since, we got that program, I could probably go down the hallway and I'm probably one of, there's 3 of us on this hallway that probably did get that training. And so, no, I can't say that we've had training enough that we're using all the resources that they have available.
What are your class sizes? I'm very curious.
So right now, my 6th grade class, I have 10 in that. Okay. And that's my 7th grade that has 10. My 6th grade class, I have 12.
Wow.
So yeah, we're real small. Of course, our largest classes are over on the elementary side. Now, I do have to say, our elementary, I started out with the 4th and 5th grade math and science, did it for 10 years. I've only been on this side for 2. And when I started over there 12 years ago, we really started trying to do some aligning. And I would say now that elementary side is pretty strong. It's just moving kind of because they do team meetings over there. It's just not stressed so much on this side. It's almost like your junior high, your high school, you should be able to handle your classroom sort of idea.
Yeah, like more independence.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm wondering, you brought up the reading. We do the BAS assessment and that type of instructional reading, and I'm not sure how it's set up there, but one way that we do at least that part of the instruction, we consider that our small group time, not just in my classroom, but in the whole school. And there's an hour and 15 minutes dedicated to the day, Tuesday through Friday. And I think I'm trying to understand. Ours are tiered out. We call it MTSS. I'm sure that might be similar to RTI.
Right.
Anyway, they're grouped into kids that are on the same reading levels. There may be 20 or 30 kids in the classroom, but they're split into 4 or 5 groups so that there's only about 4 or 5 kids. And so I may meet with 4 kids back at my table to go through through our instructional reading. Other kids may be answering questions from that reading. And then other kids are doing other things, but I'm thinking in your room, if it's not already happening, is with Ingenuity, you can set something up like that, having timed rotations to fit in instruction along with Ingenuity within the class.
Right. And I think that is a great idea. I do know, so like I said, we have this 30-minute tornado time. I know on the elementary side, they do have it set up where they're doing reading groups during that time. So over here, so I co-teach, I split the junior high with another teacher. And so we alternate who gets 6th grade and who gets 7th grade every other day. And so we do something similar to that. So on the math side for me, I have different pathways set up or lessons set up in Edgenuity for students. So my higher level students are getting challenged at their level. And then the lower students, they meet with me periodically, probably once or twice a week. We'll pre-teach, or we'll go over something else that we've done that week. And then while another set of students are in Edgenuity working on some of their gaps. And so now that is the first year that we've started doing that. So I'm interested, next week is our state standardized testing. We start on Monday. So come June, when we get those scores, I'm kind of interested to see if it kind of came together a little bit better this year.
My recommendation
Absolutely.
for the PD side of it, if your super or your administrator isn't open to, some more current training, because I know that MAP and they're ever so evolving. There's so many more different tools in there, and I know there's a standard continuum in there now, and there's so much stuff to dive into. And so if they're not willing to do the training, I think maybe something along the lines of getting together with maybe some teammates and really diving in there and saying, how you can do the station teaching, or how to pull out a kid's strands and see their needs, and work that way too. So
definitely that's a great idea. I mean, and I think that might be something that we could maybe do a little bit during the summer, because how the school year can be sometimes, but kind of get in there and just pull the reports, just look at the data, just look at all of it. I think that would be a great idea. So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for your help.
Of course.
Yeah, you're welcome.